Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's doing good. I have a mold that I'm gonna do. It's for vines, so I've gotta get it done. And it is a um, it's a mold for like the coffee pods that you put your coffee in, or your little K cups. So I'm gonna try to do that. I've got some colors here. I'm not sure which ones I want to go with. I've got this ultramarine by Holbein that I got off of Amazon. Of course, I got Letsresin alcohol inks. I've got blue, I've got sapphire blue, and I should have cerulean. And then I got the cerulean. So I've got those three colors. Don't really know about those yet. And then these are supposed to be metallic. And these come from Amazon too. But they're like, they're a metallic alcohol ink. But they don't shake, they don't, it does settle, but not as bad as what, most inks do to be metallic. So I've never used these. I have bought them, but I never used them. I was thinking about maybe this in there. One of them, not both. Now this is just an acrylic paint that I bought from Michael's. They had it on markdown. This is a pearl essence. This is called Blue Aurora. This is gorgeous. I've got a purple one too, just like that. And then I have processed cyan, and this is just a regular blue acrylic that I got for $2 at Michael's. And then this one is a turquoise, and it's just a regular also acrylic paint that I also got from Michael's for $2 on clearance. I've used these one time before. When I first got them, I used them in something. I can't even remember what it was. And now I know acrylic paints, depending on which ones, but the liquid acrylic paints, they work pretty good in resin. So, you have options instead of just having to use mica powders all the time or pigment paste. There's options because you can use a liquid acrylic. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then this is a blue. Oh, I think I already showed you this one. Okay, so this one's the blue. It doesn't even, okay, it just says metallic blue. No other color than, and this is a metallic cerulean, which if it's anything like the Letsresin cerulean blue, oh my word, it's going to be gorgeous. But I don't know which ones I want to go with. And then of course I've got white. And this is just a regular white. It's not a sinker white. But I was kind of thinking, blues and a white, different blues and all that, because I'm thinking if I'm a lot of people's they're going with blues for their house now. It used to be browns and tans and creams and all that, but a lot of people are getting away from that, and they're doing blue. So I'm gonna do a blue one. Um, I don't know if that's the best choice, but that's. I mean, I can always make another one. I don't do the K cups. I do have a Keurig, but I don't do the K cups per se. Um, they're just, I don't know. To me, it's a waste of money. They're too expensive for one. When you can buy a whole big old thing of Folgers like this big around for like, I don't know, $8-9, and you get. In fact, I think, in my opinion, I think you get more out of. Um, I think you get more out of that than you do the K cups. But that's just me. I do not have a clue to how much this holds. I'm thinking anywhere from probably 12 to 16 ounces, maybe more, but we'll see. I do have some extra molds just in case. I was trying to think if there was any other color though besides these blues here, because they're all kind of like within the same family. I was trying to see if maybe there was something else, some other blue that I could put with it. I think I'm I'm second guessing myself now. I think so. So I think I'm gonna go with um I didn't the reason why I picked these because I didn't really want a see-through type design, and I really like the pearlescent. So I know the pearlescent is going in there. Okay, so one of these can be eliminated, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be the turquoise, considering on how that's really close to that blue. Um, and then I'm thinking about using the Holbein, and then, and this is that cerulean, but I'm thinking it's going to be more like that pearl essence. I don't know how that's going to go really for mm, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air, guys. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. I know. I know I want this. I know I want this. I really wanted all three of these colors because I think they would look really pretty together. Because they're more like a beachy type color, minus the pearl, of course. But I also like the Letsresin cerulean. I'm going to go with this color. I'm going to scratch these two colors right here. Made up my mind. Those are going to be a scratch. Okay, so we're going with the turquoise. And I'll probably use the cerulean, and then I'll have to see what this Holbein, how dark this Holbein is. Um, and see how that goes. Because like I said, I didn't want it see-through, but you know, if it is, it is. But you know, that's not really what I wanted. But I'm thinking it's going to hold about 14 ounces. That's my thinking. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Well, that's what I'm going to start with, shall I say. It's probably going to hold way more than that, though. I'm thinking about 16 to 20 ounces is what I'm really thinking in my head. I don't know why, but that's exactly what I'm thinking it's going to hold. So I'm gonna get some resin mixed up. I think I'm gonna use my Bondcraftor for this. I think I'm gonna use my Bondcraftor. I really didn't want to. I wanted to use something different because I'm really trying to get rid of a lot of this epoxy that I have, that I've kind of kept up with trying to do. And you know what? I'm going to use this Letsresin thing here. What is that? A dead bug? Really? I'm just going to use my Letsresin mixer because it does hold 16 ounces. And this way I can just get it all mixed, you know, and in the vacuum chamber all at one go round, and then I'll clean it out. It's not, you know, no big deal. No biggie biggie. Okay, so I'm going to go, where's my ounces at? Okay, right here. Should I go 16? Oh. All right, let's do it. 14. Okay, we're gonna go 14. Okay, I'm gonna clean this stuff off real quick. I know I'm wasting time, but I have to get all my stuff clean. So all I do is just take it, put paper towel with alcohol. Now I use 99%, and I even use the 99 to clean with. I know I should be using the cheaper stuff, and I bought some. I just keep forgetting to put it in something so I can clean with it. But yes, I should. But like I said, I forget, and you know, there's that. So all right, set that there. Wipe this off. Well, I guess this one comes off too, like the other one did. I've never seen these things to ever come off like that. Or I've never had any that's ever come off like that. But I guess that does. Alright, now I've got to get this split into cups. And I'm going to do... Oh, I should have told him to pick me up some of these little El Cheapo cups here, because these are perfect for separating, you know, just to throw in the trash. I mean, those are perfect little cups to cost, because they don't hardly cost anything. And I don't like putting color or anything like that in my container. That's, you know, just me. It's not that it probably wouldn't hurt it, but I just don't like putting color in my container. Because granted, these little containers are not cheap when you have to buy another one. And I would rather waste a few dollars on plastic cups than to, have to buy another silicone container. And not that I don't really use this much. Normally I use either my arm, basically, or my Resiners mixer. I had a handheld one, but it went out not long after I bought that thing. And I was like, well, I don't want another one of them. So I didn't get another one. I know Letsresin has one out, but I just that one right there works just as good for me. I mean, all right, what is wrong with you, you crazy little thing? Don't tell me this thing's going out. Oh, are you kidding me? I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I just charged it. See, sometimes it wants to work, and sometimes it doesn't. That sensor may be dirty in there. I may need to clean that sensor, I guess. Probably resin and everything else up on it. And I just put alcohol in my container and do it like that, and that's it. And it's clean. And then and I just fill that thing up with alcohol too. All right, I got to get a wiggle on. Guess to get a wiggle on. Wiggle on. I am not gonna put the lid back on that just quite yet, and watch none of this be open. I'm pretty sure it's not. Oh, I gotta have some white, don't. Okay, so I'll take a little bit from each one of these, because I was gonna do what, three blues? No, I probably just need 2 blues. So 2 blues and a white. Yeah. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, so we are going to I'm going to drop this one in first, just so I can see which one I'm gonna need to go with this. And I may just go with a different blue. I mean, I may not even. I may not even use the alcohol inks, because I don't know that it's going to make a difference anyway, you know, with this in there. I mean, I kind of want it a little opaque. I don't want it like, you know, in your face kind of blue, you know. So I don't know. I may go with them 3 colors that I originally had out. Well, I can't go with 3 of them. Because I got to go with white. But yeah, I mean, I don't want nothing like so, you know. I mean, that right there is pretty, but the only problem with that is that it's going to be thin once I pour it. So it's still going to be kind of see-through. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the, oh, that ain't it, and go with the colors that I originally had. And I may put a little dark blue in, you know, one of these. So, but that pearl is gorgeous. And that's probably all I'm going to need of that, because that was probably a little much. And like I said, I may add some of the sapphire or Holbein or something to this blue here, and make it, you know. And this Bondcraftor, I will tell you, this Bondcraftor resin, it does debubble and degas pretty good. So it's really, with this, I really don't have to put it in the vacuum chamber. And I probably won't, because it's not that thick, that I can't, you know, put a lighter to it or spray alcohol or whatever. Now, if I was pouring something deep, now that'd be a different story, but, oh, that's perfect. Perfection. But yeah. These baby wipes are not, I just love that blue. Can y'all see that? Is that not pretty? If you're ever at your Michael's, your local Michael's, check them, because their clearance section. Now I know, like ours, they have. I mean, and I don't shop at Michael's very often because they are so expensive. But when I do, that's the first thing my daughter goes for, is the clearance section. And why, I don't know, because she never buys anything, but she goes over there and she shops. She shops for me, because when I got this paint, she's the one that told me. She said, "Mom," she said, "they got acrylic ink over here real cheap." She said, "Is it something you can use?" And I'm like, yeah. What kind of acrylic ink?" She said, "I don't know." She said, "They're in bottles. I don't know." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, that I'll go over there and look." And I wasn't even in there for that. You know, I was in there for something totally different. But no, anytime you go into a craft store, always, especially Michael's, always check their clearance. because Michael's always does have something really good. Now, Hobby Lobby, I don't know what in the world has happened at that store. They, I don't know. They've changed, you know. Um, I don't know what they're doing, because they don't hardly have nothing anymore like they used to have. So I don't really know what they're doing now with their store. I didn't leave. I left no white. Oh my bejesus. Can you believe that? Oh well, it ain't like I can't mix up a little bit. And I just sit there and said, I need white. What was I thinking? Obviously I wasn't. I mean, I honestly don't think this is going to marble anyway the way I wanted it to. Um, but we'll we'll see how it's going to go. I mean, I don't really know. I've never really tried this method. Okay, guys. Sorry. Again, and I had to start pouring because of course, I can't just stop, because if I do, then, of course my resin is going to start sitting up. But I I had to I didn't know she was going to call me, but I had to take that call. So sorry about that. Where I told her to go, I really didn't think she was going to get there that quick. I didn't know really, because they're they're not really that close to the house. So yeah, I didn't know she was going to be that fast with where she was going. So I do apologize. And I don't know how this is going to come out. I'm hoping it's going to come out the way I've got it kind of in my head. I may have to mix up some white though, because I think it's going to need some white. And I think it's going to need a whole lot more resin. To be honest, guys. Yeah, this ain't no way enough. This thing's going to hold way more than any 14, 18, 16 ounces. I can tell you that. I can tell you that now. So I'm definitely going to be mixing it more. So it's not like I missed anything by not doing the white, because I definitely am going to be mixing it a lot more. And when I say a lot more, I mean a lot more. Because this is no way near enough of what I need. So I might as well just set that little cup right there. And I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of this in these. And I've definitely got some cleaning up to do on these molds. That made a mess and a half. I swear I used to never be this messy. I don't know what has happened. Now I'll go all outside the mold, and I guess because I didn't, I wasn't doing big cups, and when I was doing tumblers, I just did, I just had the little small medicine cups. I didn't have these great big. But yep, that was definitely not enough. So this is probably going to take probably close to probably 30 ounces or better. I mean, I totally misjudged this thing. I mean, 14 ounces didn't even put a dent in it, to be honest. I don't know why I'm wiping that off. I've got to cover them up anyway. I'm almost positive. I don't know if the hole goes all the way through. I wouldn't think so, because I would think that they would fall out, wouldn't they? I don't know. I don't have, like I said, I don't do K-cups, so, and I don't pay attention to K-cup holders, so I don't know if they go all the way through, or if they're just, I guess I should have looked, huh? Now I probably don't want to fill up over the top of these. Pretty sure I don't. But I really wanted to add some white to that. So I'm just going to take some of that out because I really want to add some white. There goes my design. Well, it wasn't much of a design, but there it goes anywho. I don't know, guys. This right here may do it. I mean, not really what I was expecting. I was trying to get white in it, but I guess I should have planned this a little better. I don't know what I was thinking. well, I know what I was thinking. I was thinking I needed the white, but for some reason, I don't know. I had blue on the brain, apparently. Well, hopefully, I'll still get some kind of side of it where I can see all the colors, or at least that's what I'm hoping. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, do I need to cover this up, these holes, or do they stay? Because I have no idea. And this is my first time making this, so this is going to be a trial and error. And it's probably going to be an error. Oh, it is definitely going to probably be an error. I can tell you just from the way I started out. Just from the way it started. I don't know how big K-cup things are. So I don't know if they're big and fat that they won't go through the hole, or are they going to go all the way through the hole, or are they going to stop? Don't know, guys. And I wish y'all could tell me. I mean, you can, but I can't hear you. That's the only problem. I can't hear you guys. And I don't think I'm going to need any white. So I'm just going to go do my thing here and hope I get a mixture of the colors that I was wanting, minus the white, of course. And I'm definitely going to have to debate and see whether or not I need to make this hollow, or is it not supposed to be hollow? Yeah, I don't know. I may have to get on Amazon and look this up and see, because I don't want to mess it up. I mean, if it's supposed to be covered, then that's even better, because then I can mix up some more resin and it can be covered in with some white, you know? But if it's not, then thank God for this little Teflon mat. It has been a lifesaver for me, because I tell you what, it seems like since I got this thing, I make all kinds of dadgum messes. Yeah, I'm going to get on Amazon here in just a few minutes, and I'm going to look this up and see and make sure that it, to see if it goes, completely over the top of these. I mean, it seems like the way it's it's going in, it's not going to, because you're going to feel your, I don't know. But I do know 16 or 14 ounces was not, I don't think, quite enough um, for this. Because this one, and I think it's that mold is lopsided or something, because I'm pretty sure this table is level. But from the looks of it, you wouldn't know it. And I definitely need it not domed, but up high enough that it's, gonna do what it's supposed to do. I will come back as soon as these are ready to demold. So until then, I will catch you on the flip side. Bye. Okay, guys, we're back. Time for demold. This was pretty simple. It wasn't too bad. I'm just demolded the top and the bottom, and now I'm demolding the sides. And it it was pretty simple. I mean, it all came together pretty good. I think next time, though, I will do something or try something a little different, where the bottom and the top piece go together. I left the slot. I think next time I will cover it completely up, and that way it'll have a bottom where the holes are, and then when you fit your pieces inside, it's not gonna hit the bottom of a table or whatever you're gonna put, your cabinet or whatever you're gonna put your K-cup pod holder on. So I think next time I'll do it, I'm gonna play around with it. I'll do it a little bit different. I did have a little bit of trimming to do, but not a whole lot. And I think next time also I'm gonna probably dome it a lot more, so maybe they'll fit in a little bit tighter. They're kind of loose, and I don't know if it's because I should have went all the way up, with the top and the bottom round pieces, so they would fit tighter. I don't know, but like I said, I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna play around with it and see if I don't get a better outcome with it. Then, I mean, if don't get me wrong, it looks good, and it still fits. It's just it's real loose, and so I'm gonna either maybe do UV resin it or something in there. I mean, I really didn't want to do that in case I sell it, but well, I will be selling this because I'm not gonna do I don't do K cups, so this will be up on the website for sale if anyone's interested. And I may do it as a blooper or whatever, even though it really wasn't, but because it kind of fit a little loose, I may mark it down and do it as a little blooper, um, instead of, selling it for the full price that I would sell it for. And I just had to trim out um, these little areas. It just had a little bit of resin in there. I didn't trim the holes themselves because there wasn't really, I just kind of trimmed the rough edges off of it. So I didn't really have a whole lot of trimming. on those to do. So, and then I know I want to say I had a little bit of trimming on the outside of them, but like I said, I didn't have much. It looks like a lot there with all those trimmings, but you got to realize there's 6 pieces there, so you know, and those 4 long pieces, that's what really made all the trim stuff look like that. But yeah, um, but it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It turned out really good. I mean, I like the colors. I I'm kind of glad now I didn't put the white in there. So, but I think it looked really good. Also, you guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's free. It just helps me, you know, to get noticed more. And, it just pushes me to, closer to the monetization side to where I can start getting help, with making videos and buying more things and all that for the channel. That's all it does. It doesn't cost y'all anything though. So if you would, please subscribe, and I'm waiting to get to that 250 so I can do a giveaway. I'm, almost there. I'm getting really excited. I'm almost halfway there. We're at 142 subscribers. So as of yesterday morning, I haven't checked it this morning, but as of yesterday morning, we were at 142. Yay. You guys are helping out tremendously. So, yeah. And I want to give a shout out to someone. I don't want to say her name, but she'll know who I'm talking about. She posted on her Facebook group or her Facebook page, and hopefully it gets out to all the groups, about the classes that I'm wanting to do. Originally, it was just going to be for my subscribers only, because I am going to be charging for these classes, guys. They're not going to be free, but they are going to be, you know, relatively discounted for the people that are subscribed to my channel. So, but anyway, she sent it out, and she sent it. I think she said she was hoping it'll reach some groups or whatever. So, if it does, excuse me, here I go again, yawning. So if it does, then we can potentially have a lot of subscribers coming in, and that's going to be wonderful. So I just want to give a shout out to her. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything you did to help out the channel. And I really would like to give, that shout out to her. Um, like I said, she knows who I'm talking about. But if if you don't mind me saying your name on here, let me know. Drop it in the comments, and I will give you a formal shout out with name and all. So, and here I'm just cleaning out my mold because I didn't turn it upside down before I started trimming. But I got everything cleaned, and now I'm cleaning up all my stuff here, and then we're going to put it together. But yeah, I mean, I really love how this turned out. Next time I'm just going to go over the notches though and make it enclosed instead of open, because like I said, it is a little loose, and it's kind of hard to get all 4 sides and the top on with just one person. I'm not going to lie. So I really think that those should have been enclosed. And you can see the struggle, guys. Y'all can really see the struggle. And I struggled with it, trying to put that thing together. So, Yeah, that's why I said I think I'm gonna, if someone purchases it, y'all can let me know, if anybody buys it. Y'all can just tell me that, you want it UV resin together or whatever. If not, then I'll just leave it like that and ship it. But, like I said, it is kind of loose, but I won't be selling it for full price. It'll be a failure on the thing, and it'll say out to the side. Even though it really wasn't, but I don't like how it came out with, the pegs. So that's why I'm going to do it for what I'm going to do it for. And there's the finished product. And I think it turned out so good. And don't forget to wait till the end of the video for the finished photos. And yeah, here I'm telling you about the mold because the way the mold is split. I was thinking maybe it was supposed to have that centerpiece in there and then it just kind of folds over, but there's no way to do that with resin unless I do it when it's soft. And that's a possibility. I could try that too and see if that's, you know, if that's another way that I could do it. But next time I'm probably going to try maybe that too. I don't know. But anyway, guys, that is it for the video. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. But be happy, be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.